My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, let all our actions be for the greater glory of God. In Article 5, we concluded by saying, let us attempt to be the lights of the world. But we are rather sure that we cannot be light of the world. There is only one light, that is Jesus Christ. So, by our deeds and actions, let us try to imitate the light. Article 6 of the second chapter is as follows. They have been made living members of the church by being buried and raised with Christ in baptism. They have been united more intimately with the church by profession. Therefore, they should go forth as witnesses and instruments of a mission among all people, proclaiming Christ by their life and words. God, like Saint Francis, to rebuild the church, and inspired by his example, let them devote themselves energetically to living in full communion with the Pope, bishops, and priests, fostering an open and trusting dialogue of apostolic effectiveness and creativity. Having talked about knowing Christ intimately in Article 4 and discovering intensely his presence everywhere in Article 5, in the present Article 6, we talk about the Franciscan way of gospel living and sharing the mission of Jesus Christ. Saint Francis looked upon the church as the bride of Christ, and he loved the church as he loved Christ. The church was also for him Christ extended into every day of life. He wanted his three orders to be alive, active, and the very heart of the church, and to partake in all her missions. Fidelity to the church, to papal supremacy, is an important component of Franciscan spirituality. When we compare in relation to the fidelity of Mary, our mother, the first dimension of fidelity is searching. Mary asked the angel at Annunciation, how might this be possible? This aspect of fidelity involves searching for what is the truth. The second dimension of fidelity is acceptance. On identifying truth, Mary said, let it be. Behold the handmaid of the Lord. In other words, she was willing. This is the moment of truth for fidelity, the moment in which we come to realize that we can never fully understand the why, but we can accept the realities. The third component of fidelity to the church is coherence, which means to live in accordance with what one believes. The fourth dimension of fidelity is perseverance. As Pope John Paul pointed out, in Mexico many years before, in 1979, that is 1 year after the declaration of the present rule, it is easy to be faithful for a day or for a short time, but it is difficult to be loyal through an entire life with a life of faith in it. When we become partakers in the mission of the church, we are motivated by the power of the gospel. Franciscans, all of us, are called to unfold the living Christ and bring his message to all people, regardless of age, gender, race, creed, economic status, and a hell lot of other things. Especially fourth of consideration are the displaced people and the people who are marginalized. Francis was called to rebuild the church. We as members are also called in the same manner to strengthen and heal the church from within, being members of the church and healing the church. Obedience is another aspect mentioned in the sixth article of the rule. Obedience is very well mentioned in Admonition 3, where Francis talks about true obedience, where the lesser brother surrounds and surrenders his body to his brothers. A charitable obedience or an obedience of love, where the lesser brother freely forfeits everything he has for the benefit of the group. And a perfect obedience to the extent of loving his enemies by offering his life for them. Thank you.